Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Tour Tuesdays Allentown. My name is Megan. I'm very excited to be back for episode 5 of Cityplace, and our last episode here in this building. We'll fill you on in a little bit about where we're going next. But I wanted to introduce my co-host. This is Jane Heft from City Center. She is our Vice President and Director of Project Design. So Jane, welcome back.
Hi, yeah, it's great to be back in another great, awesome, fun project.
Yeah, so the last time Jane joined us, we were over in our Center Square Lofts West building. So it's been a little bit of time since you were here last.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to take you guys through the top floor of this building, specifically to see the model apartment. I know everyone has been dying to take a look at the model. Before we get there, I have just a couple little housekeeping things for you. The winner of last week's gift card to the Perfect Fit Boutique is Stephanie. So Stephanie, we will send you a message about how to pick up your gift card, but congratulations. There is no gift card this week because today is our last episode for Cityplace. Our next Tour Tuesdays adventure is going to be over in Center Square Lofts East, and then we're going to be heading to Cityplace South, which we'll tell you a little bit about. But sad to go for a short season here, but excited to be back in a couple months. So we're going to kind of head down towards the model apartment. I'm going to have Jane tell us a little bit about her plans for the spaces that we're in and for the hallways and for the apartment itself. But where we're standing right now, if you guys can't tell, we're in front of the elevators, which are being refurbished and rehabbed. But Jane, can you tell me a little bit about your plan for these very large elevator landings that we have here?
Right, so, just to start off, one of the challenges we had was this is our first reuse project that we had, and we didn't realize going in, it's a lot actually harder to reuse the building than to, kind of build up from scratch. But there was a lot of history in this building. This was built as a flag for the Hilton in June 1982. So, it's a little over 40 years old, and, the equipment with nowadays running anything from power to electronics and, even exhaust for dryers and things, it was kind of impossible. So, we had to have some fun in doing that, and it kind of all worked out to expose ductwork and things because we wanted that kind of really renovated look. So we have this space. So right now, this space is looking kind of white and bleak, but we're gonna really industrial it up. This whole wall is gonna be a kind of bright orange, and every floor is gonna be themed, and it's gonna have really kind of cool industrial mixed with a little bit of Allentown Hollywood and done in collage-like, and great little chaise lounges and things as you walk down. And then of course we have our little platform for dogs. All our residences are dog friendly, so we like to have that because as soon as the doors open, they just think they're outside. And so let's go walk down to the unit.
Perfect. And as Jane mentioned, every floor has its own theme, has kind of its own vibe. There are 8 floors of apartments here. There's 120 apartments in the building, so every floor is going to have its own personality. Great place to, when you go to meet your neighbors on the other floors, going out in their little spaces. So let's head down. Let's take a look at the model apartment. I know you've all been very excited about that. Now, on both sides of the hallway, there are apartments. So we have apartments that face out towards the mountains in the back, and we have apartments that face forward towards Hamilton Street with some great views over PPL and even some of the mountains out front, which is really cool. There's really no bad view in this building at all.
One of the cool things is, the apartments, even though they were generous size back in the day, we actually took 2 apartments for every 1 unit. So, one apartment would be an entire bedroom, and the other apartment is the entire living and kitchen area.
Yeah.
So actually this apartment footprint is probably a lot larger than some of our other apartments.
Yeah. So size-wise, this layout that we're going into is actually right about on par with the size of a standard 1-bedroom in our Strata building, for example. So you're getting the same amount of square footage at a very accessible price, and we do have a handful left in the building that are just like this model layout on a couple different floors. So why don't we come on in? Welcome home, everyone. Wipe your feet, please.
So this is, we're in one hotel room right now. If you look around, we have all the LVT hardwood floor, and it's not really what you'd expect. We tried to get really a cool, like I said, an urban industrial vibe with this. And the old building had popcorn ceilings, for instance, so we went through with the contractors, scraped all the popcorn ceiling off, and we wanted to keep the exposed conduit and the exposed concrete. So, that really kind of fit the spirit of the building. So what you're looking at now is, all exposed concrete, floor to floor, which actually makes this building a little more quiet because it's not built on wood. The whole building is
Very
concrete.
solid.
Yeah, and then, we got the gray quartz countertops as usual. We have like this kind of granite colored, or cement colored, this white, nice modern cabinets, everything's soft close like it was before. In here, there's tons of storage and closets.
Coat closet, pantry closet, so absolutely no shortage of additional storage in the apartment. And as Jane mentioned, this is kind of made up of what were 2 hotel rooms, so they're now connected, and it just made it for a really nice use of space for us and gives some great, layouts available for all the residents. Ceiling wise, like she says, it's the exposed concrete. You can see the sprinkler lines and your track lighting and things like that. These are, ceilings are about 8 feet, so what we didn't want to do was create drop ceilings and be too boxy. So as a result, you're still able to get those nice high ceilings with kind of a cool industrial flair, something a little different.
Yeah, and when, we kept these, instead of doing the C shapes, we kept the kitchens open because we're finding some people like to bring in their own tables, but also, on Wayfair, we got these great kind of industrial islands that you can just get, and we can give, the numbers to the tenants to order something if they see something in here they like.
Absolutely.
One thing, we replaced all the windows, so all the windows are new, energy efficient windows. But something new that we're doing here, and we haven't done, is we kind of maintain the old way they used to do hotels using the PTAC units. Each room has its own unit, so even though they're electronically controlled over here, instead of the traditional apartments where one controls your whole heating in your apartment, you can control your room separately, which is nice. So you can keep say you want your living room warm and you like to sleep in a cooler bedroom. So you can do that here, which is one of the benefits of this place. And since it is concrete floor to floor, it's going to be a lot more energy efficient than, a typical apartment. And should we walk in, or you
Sure. Yeah, and as Jane mentioned, what's really cool about these individual units at each window is that you can control everything. So if you want to keep yours on at night and turn the one off that's here in your living room, you have the ability to do that. So we're trying to make everything as energy efficient as possible for all of you. That's one of the great things about these kind of adaptive reuse projects is we get to have fun with them and do something that's a little bit different. I'm going to take you guys over into the bedroom space. We'll talk a little bit about the finishes in there, and then we'll pick Jane's brain a little bit for kind of some history of the building and the reason why we went behind some of the design choices that we have here. So if you guys want to follow me, this is our bedroom space. As a reference, this is a queen size bed, so you can see how humongous this bedroom is. It's a great space, nice big windows with views out over South Mountain. And very fortunate today for it to not be raining. So we'll take you over to the window so you can see what the view looks like. It's a little bit easier to see today than it was in the past weeks that we were here. In the bedroom space, the other thing that we have absolutely no shortage of is closet space. So these are the closets for this standard 1-bedroom layout. Absolutely huge walk-in closet. And then behind you guys is going to be the washer and dryer. So we do have a washer and dryer unit inside every single apartment and an additional dryer on every floor for some larger items and things that will be available to residents. And then of course we have an attached full bath here. That's standard in all of our apartments. You've got a great shower set up in there, extra storage, as well as your vanity and tons of counter space. I don't know if we can take a peek in there, but no shortage of counter space.
Yeah, the one thing we're doing different is the lighting in here. I realize you guys are all going to be, hey. But it's kind of like set up like a hotel light, like an old hotel. I don't know if you can see in my eyes right now. With the way that we set up the lighting, it creates that kind of beauty lighting. So if you're a girl, you're going to love this mirror because it kind of sets a glow around your irises.
Perfect.
And and the lights, it's controlled separately, so you can kind of have this little mood lighting in the bathroom.
Mood lighting for your bathroom. So, Jane, can you just shed a little light onto some of the design choices behind like the flooring and the cabinets and countertops, like what sort of sets this building apart from the other city center residential properties?
Yeah, this is one of our first time we took the LVT straight into the bathroom, which kind of creates a warmer floor. It's warmer. I'm hearing from a lot of people where some people love the tile floors. There's more people that I'm hearing lately that really like the LVT in the bathroom, because it's just warmer when you get out of the
Yeah.
shower. It's not so cold. You can still, still hold it like all together. The gray, this is something different too we did, and it's kind of unique and probably a little bit more, I don't know, like urban cool. But it's, we painted all the doors the same color as the front door, and it's a little bit different. Typically in our spaces, it would all be, the trim color, and we did that just to be a little bit different. We wanted this really to feel a little more edgy and artsy than our typical, but a little more raw, like like artist lofts kind of.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of
yeah.
great feedback. People love the finishes and the way
Really?
that the apartments look, and it's been a lot of fun for us. This is such a cool project. It's so different than our buildings like Strata and Center Square and Walnut Street and 520, and it has a really cool personality. And we're a big thank you to all the residents, because you guys are super engaged on social media. We love having you guys, your comments, your questions, all of that. Before we head out, can you tell us a little bit about Cityplace South, Phase 2, because that will be one of the next stops we are on Tour Tuesday, so just a kind of a brief synopsis of what that's going to be like.
That's great. So we're like in the North Tower. I mean, I call it the North Tower just to differentiate them. Cityplace South is going to be 4 stories. It's actually shaped like a U, and it's going to attach to this building. In the center of it is going to be a great courtyard, and the whole first floor is all amenity space. And besides bike storage and the typical, extra storage we have, it has a humongous co-work area, a great kind of club room area, pool table, and this building will be able to use all of, those facilities. And they are connected, so you won't even have to go outside. So they're actually going to connect through the back, which is also great, because now, when you look down now, it's kind of, it's a parking lot. Actually, it's a very clean parking lot today. Our construction workers are like very clean. But this whole shape in here, you can see, is all getting leveled up and ready, and then we're going to be reworking the parking decks. But the view out the back is amazing, and pretty soon you're going to be able to look down and see a really awesome courtyard with fire pits and games, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so that'll be ready in about another year, less than a year.
Yeah.
It's gonna start, and it's gonna be really great. But for now, this building is close enough, and you can walk to LVHN Fitness, you can get to the Arts Walk, you can walk to the Arts District, PPL Center, everything is right around here, so it's kind of
Perfect.
easy. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much to Jane for joining me again. I'm sad to see this season of Tour Tuesdays Allentown go, but I'm excited to be back for Center Square Lofts East very soon. That's probably the project that I'm most excited about out of any that we've done so far. So as a reminder, any questions that you have, please leave them in a comment. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. My name is Megan, just as a reminder, and I will see you in a couple months when we start doing hard hat tours of Center Square Lofts East. Any questions in the meantime, let us know. Thanks so much for tuning in. See you guys next time.